मैं हूँ आपकी नॉन स्टॉप निकी और एक और बार कुछ हैपनिंग हम लेकर आ गए हैं। यानी ये हैपनिंग पॉडकास्ट ऑन एयर में होने वाला क्या है, पहले मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इंट्रो दे दूं। वैसे स्क्रीन में जो प्यारी सी मेरी आज की पहली गेस्ट है जो उद्घाटन करने वाली है वो बैठी है। ये कौन है, इनकी जर्नी के बारे में तो हम जानेंगे, पर उससे पहले मैं आपको इतना बता दूं, ये काफी कुछ दिल वाली बातें होंगी। It's just going to be as candid as we both are. I have with me Harleen. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me here.
Looking fantastic as always.
Thank you. So are you?
What a beautiful journey you have had. और मुझे लगता है ये जर्नी के बारे में हम बात करेंगे ना, this episode is going to be non-stop.
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल खत्म ही नहीं होगी.
अगर आप अपने आप को डिफाइन करना चाहो आज, तो who Harleen is?
Harleen is definitely multifaceted, but then I think what is synonymous with Harleen is sincerity, discipline. I know it sounds very cliche and a very HR answer. It definitely sounds like that. Even when I'm saying it, I'm like, it looks like an interview. But I think that is what has helped me in my life.
Wow.
Right? Because if you know my journey.
Totally.
Right?
Come to that.
I think it's only those core values, that value of, कि जो करो शिद्दत से करो.
क्या बात.
And discipline. Discipline is important. Boundaries are important. Of course, I'm fun loving. I'm very crazy. Both my kids think I'm a crack mom and a crazy mom, but it's fun. It's good to be lighthearted and energetic and all
That's
that. Yeah.
amazing. But जो आप करते हो, मैं आपको वो भी बता दूं सबको, इतने सारे लोगों से मिलना, इतने सारे लोगों के डिफरेंट माइंडसेट को पढ़ना, समझना। हम बात कर रहे थे कि कैसे ना बच्चे लोगों को भी आते हैं आपके पास और मम्मा लोग बोलते हैं यार हरलीन क्या मैजिक कर लिया, तो फोकस हो गए पढ़ाई पे। तो जो फिजियो, जो साइकी, जो थेरेपी की बात होती है, that entire field where you come across with so many different energies in life.
Exactly.
So before starting off how you became an expert, can you tell me about your life? आपकी जर्नी कैसी रही है? Has it been like smooth like a makhan, or have there been ups and downs in your personal life? If today you can tell your journey to us.
All right. How much time do I have?
Just go on. This is a podcast on air. The best part about this is हम non-stop बातें कर सकते हैं.
Okay, so I think overall, very, very secure family. Lots of love, lots of happiness. Even in fact, families, 6 of us, 3 sisters, 1 brother. So I have two sisters besides myself, and my brother is the youngest. Mom, dad, of course. I studied in a convent, so I think the base of who I am as a person, and I think my entire family, is religion.
All right.
Spirituality. And I will not say religion in terms of, fanatism.
Okay.
In terms of do good. I think we...
Karam.
Yeah, karam. And I think we are very much about, what Guru Nanak Dev Ji has said, his 3 apostles, those... We really mano that a lot, Naam, Jap, Kirat Kar and Manchak, right? I've played a lot of sports, very active person.
What kind of sports you used to play?
Honey, everything, you name it. I mean, long jump, short jump, high jump, short jump क्या होता है? Long jump, high jump, javelin, shot put, races, marathons.
Sports में सारे लगे.
Everything, basketball, throw ball, kho-kho.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to not get.
So why did you make a career there?
Well, my mom, that time sports was not high, sports was not great.
तो थोड़ा सा रहता है.
Yeah, that focus on education was very, very important.
Okay.
In fact, I've played the trumpet. I've been part of the orchestra.
Wow.
So,
it's like
full
master of so many things.
नहीं यार, master नहीं कहूँगी.
सब में
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. चलो done.
Yeah, Jack of all trades. Swimming, so things like that, and literally, I mean, everything you name it. I think I was very bindas in school.
Wow.
So and I didn't have a fear of failure. And उसका credit I give to my parents.
क्या बात?
Right?
आजकल के टाइम में ये जो फेलियर वर्ड आपने यूज किया ना, इस पे अगर टाइम मिलेगा बात करेंगे.
हाँ जी.
कुछ करने से पहले नहीं थी कि अरे यार
कुछ हो ना जाए.
Exactly. Wow.
Exactly. नहीं, पर मेरे साथ उसका उल्टा भी हुआ था, which is being too secure.
Okay.
उसके भी पंगे होते हैं. Right? हमें नहीं पता होता ना. जब तक we don't go through it, हमें पता नहीं होता. Right? So because I was so secure, the good thing is, my captains would say, when I was in 7th, 8th, अच्छा house को points चाहिए, किसको भेजना है? हरलीन को भेजते थे. So Harleen,
is it taken for granted thing that if we want to put? Like sometimes we get like this kind of personality.
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. Okay.
I did, and I loved it.
Okay.
And because I'm glad I did that, because I think only after I got married, to be honest, is when I realized, after I got married and I moved to the US, when I was in a different culture, did I realize that each of those tiny experiences, Niki, it made me who I am. It gave me so much of breadth as a person.
To absorb so many things happening.
And depth, right? It's what made me. Had I not done even one of those things, I would not be the person I am. Because each fragment adds, na?
Correct. Be very honest, how did you make all your energies, become in one horizon and a hollow जो दिख रहा है मुझे? वो कैसे हुआ? How did you manage doing that? So what made you become this? What was that part of journey that triggered it or made it happen?
Life. I think I was dealt a card where my health became bad.
Oh.
Right. So where I completely lost track. Like I came to India in a wheelchair.
Oh.
Right. So I couldn't, my energy levels, my ability, my mobility. I lost my mobility, essentially. So I think that was a recheck in my life. I realized कि जो हम सोचते हैं, because मेरी इच्छा हमेशा से थी कि the kind of mom I wanted to be, and I've done that. When my son Gurtej was 3-4 in the US, I used to take him to the park, and we did do the entire aeroplane thing, running all around, making circles, all of that. And since I was a basketball player, I really wanted to play sport with both my kids. वो मेरी थी कि I will do it, but that didn't happen.
Oh.
And that was the only reason why we relocated from the US back to India also, because I was doing very well. I was working for Microsoft. My husband was doing well. And my team in Microsoft really loved me. In fact, they held on to my job for almost 6-8 months. They said, no, you come back. We want you.
Okay.
But I wasn't getting better. In fact, my entire fingers and my toes had become purple. I developed very bad Raynaud's. So there was no blood flow. So the solution that the doctor there said is, कुछ नहीं, बस amputate कर लेंगे.
Oh my God.
And I was like, ठीक है, very good. But that's not what I want to do.
Like I see best thing being a radio professor about 18 years. So 18 years now, theatre of mind ऐसे चलता है. A movie is running in front of me now. Harleen jumping around, having fun, and a phase of life which is a pause for you.
Yeah. And I was very young. I had my kids very early. So before 30, my kids were done. So I was very young, And this is, I just had my second one, my daughter, and I was 31, 32 when they said, that's it, you're done. Amputate your limbs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so nah, I was not going to give up. And I will not take credit to me. I think it is all credit to him. He showed the path. हम खुद अकेले से कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
So showing the path, can you I'm sure हम सबकी जिंदगी में ऐसा एक मौका आता है जब pause हो जाती है जिंदगी. And someone like you regain or just jump back. वो कैसे रहा? Like what made you think नहीं, I will not amputate my arms and my limbs. So what was that inner calling, Harleen?
See, so Gurbani also says that, right? And I think all scriptures say that. Everyone says that. I completely believe that, because when we need help and we really believe in the universe, we believe in a superpower. Call it universe or call it a superpower. Kahin na kahin God sends you signs and God sends angels.
Kya baat hai.
Right? Wow. So even there's a line, right? Even your friends, जैसे कि रब तू, दोस्तों में दिखाई देता है.
क्या बात.
परिवार में दिखाई देता है.
क्या बात.
Right? So that's what it is. So we found a very interesting doctor who actually changed my life. He's a naturopath in Seattle.
Wow.
Dr. Stephen Milkes. In fact, I'm going to just go ahead and say his name also. He was phenomenal. I think he turned out to be my North Star.
Kya baat hai.
Right? Yeah. Because I went through a load of doctors, to be honest. Jitna I got milked in US. Right? I went to
everywhere, all nook and corner.
Honey, all doctors, all hospitals, because people couldn't figure out what was happening. And I was young, and they were like, why is the body not reacting? And it is सारे medicines and and wo. And I've eaten so many steroids. It's so bad for your body.
For your body,
also,
of course. So then with the doctor coming in your life?
So he put the connection with food, which is what we know. Right? That what you eat is what you will feel.
That storytelling जो अभी हो रही है आपकी life की, I think, as I mentioned, for me, भाग मिल्खा भाग. Then चलो, there was a little bit of doubt that you felt, but again you fought back, and now, so was this entire जो journey आप face कर रहे थे, did that make you become the psychologist that you are?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Tell us about that. So woke up,
Exactly.
being an IT person, Microsoft and all, and becoming something what you want to do for the society. It's like, see, पैसे भी important होते हैं, but that transition of helping people, वो जो है उसके बारे में कुछ बताओ. What made you do that?
I think, having doors being shut on my face, having being milked in US. When I'm very disturbed, even now, when I have a lot of clients and I see everything, all kinds of people, all kinds of issues. Where I get my strength is from the Gurbani. Every time there's a disturbed person or when I get very dark, I just go pick up a page and I just read. I understand the arth, it calms me down.
Wow.
And I get my solution from the Bani also.
So are you somebody who kept on listening to their stories, or let's talk about that when you meet these different people?
It's very important to listen.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the way I do my therapy is I listen. I take a lot of effort in putting the data together. उनका जो body language होता है, उनके जो thoughts है. See, many people who come, वो कहना कुछ और चाह रहे हैं पर बोल कुछ और रहे हैं. कि my kind of clients is literally people who are stuck in career growth, people who are उनके वो सारा काम कर रहे हैं but then उनको reward नहीं मिल रहा. What do they do?
बिल्कुल.
Children who are unable to focus. Then relationship counseling, even anxiety, stress. We have of course depression.
Social anxiety आप मुझे बता रहे थे.
Lot of social anxiety, right? Lot of behavioral therapy. People who say that we don't know why, but then we're unable to control our anger. We don't know why that. यार मेरी बीवी मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती, मुझे नहीं पता क्यों. राइट. या मेरे बस वो अट्रैक्शन नहीं है, मतलब वो अच्छी है पर वो attraction खो गया.
Is it okay if you can just give an answer to this kind of a question here? जब ये ऐसे होते हैं सवाल, I'll ask you two questions.
Sure.
And let's just see what if it relates to a lot of our viewers as well.
Sure.
एक सवाल मैं पूछना चाहूँगी, जो confusion state होता है, मैं क्या करूँ अपने career को आगे लेके?
So I think when someone comes to you for advice, now the first step honestly is to just step back.
Yeah.
Right? आप अपनी जिंदगी को परे रखो. Literally
be neutral then.
Be neutral. पहले सुनो कि वो क्या बोल रहा है या क्या बोल रही है.
क्या बात.
And then you get clues from their conversation. That's step one. Step two, what is their vision of themselves?
Yeah.
Right, that's very important.
So true.
What is their goal?
What is their goal?
Yeah, because आप advice वो ही दोगे that will align with where they want to go.
Correct.
Right?
Agreed.
अगर I'm a family person, वो बंदा बोल रहा है, and if a lady comes to you, let's say and says, नहीं, I want to sacrifice, I don't want to have a child because मुझे grow करना है. I will not give good advice because मैं अपना bias डालूंगी. हाँ, ऐसे कैसे कर सकती है? Really? Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Why?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
अगर उसकी चाहत है कि उसने grow करना है, and she's saying कि I want to do it.
Yeah.
Go, girl. If that's what makes you happy, 100%,
wow.
Right? Then how can I help you?
Amazing.
What is stopping you?
Amazing.
This is how you do it. Identify, then the roadblocks.
That's so beautifully said.
Right? Unfortunately, youngsters talking to school, colleges में friends एक दूसरे की बात करते हैं. यार मेरा boyfriend ये करता है, मेरा girlfriend ये कर रही है, मैं ये कर रही हूँ, मैं वो कर रही हूँ. Little common conversation. And सब इतनी advice देते हैं ना, but it is great. Advice दो. It is part of growth. I think I've also done it a lot. I should tell you that.
Agree.
ये नहीं कि मैंने नहीं किया. I'm sure you've also done a lot.
Sure, yeah.
Right? But the thing is, again, I think what we really need to understand, especially in relationship, is the boy and girl happy and are they safe?
Are they happy and are they safe?
Very important.
Quotes, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, because many people say, अरे तेरा boyfriend smart है, handsome है, तो problem क्या है? Enjoy कर life को. If you feel scared, if you're not safe, you're feeling कि नहीं यार, please ऐसा life enjoy मत कर. Go find someone else.
Yeah, correct.
राइट? आपको बंदा कोई और मिल जाएगा,
करेक्ट,
या बंदी कोई और मिल जाएगी. Safety first.
Safety is first,
Right. In fact, I've mentioned all of this even in my book, by the way.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
let's come to that. Like, let's kind of start talk about your book. I think the kind of things that people would want to also pick it up from. I'm sure we'll just put the lines here. People can actually buy it and purchase and read it out.
They could do that. Yes.
Please talk about it.
So the book is called Why Relationships Fail. So
How?
tips to make connections that last.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it has exactly that. It talks about 6 to 7 tenets of a relationship.
Oh.
So hence the toxic relationship also was there.
Is
right?
there,
So, yeah.
okay.
So what are the tenets? Like for example, expectation is one. So each chapter is a tenet,
Okay.
which if we understand, I think it just makes us better human beings.
Wow.
So even the way the
Right.
book is written, right, it has exercises. It's a lot of food for thought.
Wow.
It's about raising self-awareness.
Wow.
In fact, it chronicles a lot of my clients.
kya
Yeah,
baat
it
hai.
just has those stories, right,
Wow.
of what was happened. Of course, the names have changed and all
Right.
of that. Confidentiality is completely maintained.
Yeah.
For
But
sure.
people will relate to it when.
Oh, they will 100% relate
Wow.
to it because
But I think the overall जितने भी हमने बातें की ना आपसे जो भी है, the self awareness is something which is stuck a chord in my mind.
Yeah.
And then Harleen, it's so beautiful. And दो चीजें हैं, एक तो आप ज्ञान जो कहते हैं ना कि ज्ञान आजकल का जमाना हो गया.
yeah,
Just letting people, and as you're talking also, कि सारे जवाब ना अपने
अपने
पास
अंदर ही
हैं.
हैं.
Like we have a guiding soul like you coming into people's life and just guiding them through and channelizing them so beautifully is like wow.
spirituality is also that, no? Rab is
Yeah.
also हमारे अंदर. That's the
Totally.
journey, right?
I swear.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of time, but eventually that's what it is.
So, Harleen, if I have to just ask towards the end of this podcast on air, a universal message that you would want to give out to all of us, including me.
Okay, as a psychotherapist, what I want to say, if I have to empower you, so see, I'm very selfish for the growth of the people who come to me. I'm very, very clear about that, right? So it is not about me benefiting, it's about you benefiting.
That's so beautiful.
So even the question that you've given me, I think with that context, I would just say one thing. Please remember that you, dear audience or dear Niki, you are a consequence of your thoughts and emotions.
Kya baat.
Okay?
Yes.
Now it is something that we've heard. Again, you are a consequence of your thoughts and your emotions. Uska kya matlab hua? Iska matlab hai that even how we speak to ourselves,
Kya baat.
how we communicate to ourselves also makes a difference.
Wow.
Let's say I am not confident and मैं अपने आप को डांट रही हूँ, यार बेवकूफ, इतना भी नहीं पता कितनी ऐसे कैसे गलती होगी. See, कभी-कभी ऐसा कहना is okay. But अगर आप अपने आप को
आदत.
Exactly. If you continuously dissing yourself, making yourself feel weaker and inferior, guess what? Your own mind is listening, your ear is listening, and that is the message you're sending to your mind.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed, yeah.
अगर आप मेरी teacher हो and there are 2 students and
Yeah.
let's say we are auditioning for a part,
Yeah.
you know I have more talent. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm just assuming. Let's say, he's also auditioning for it, and he,
Yeah.
I am more talented than let's say the other person is, right? But then when you tell me, hey Harleen, I think you'll make a great Cinderella. Would you like to do it?
Yeah.
And I say, no, ma'am, I don't think I can do it. I'm very scared. No, I think you'll be great. And you're fitting the part
Yeah.
and you do all of that.
Yeah.
No, ma'am, I can't do it. I can't do it. And the other person says, ma'am,
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the dialogues and I'll do a great
Yeah.
job. Who are you going to choose?
देखो, instinct would be to go with the second option.
Exactly.
But see, again here another thing. Which is my inner calling. Maybe because of spirituality, I think I'd still go with the first
one. Because you want to give benefit of doubt.
Yeah,
Right?
agreed.
But the point is, the point is that if the external person chooses
Correct.
a confident person,
Correct.
imagine what your mind is doing.
You're just making an end to your own
Exactly.
success.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're creating a negative reinforcement cycle, which is, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm not good.
Actually.
Why do we create negative reinforcement cycles?
And a lot many times, I think I'm being very honest, बहुत बार हम ये करते हैं. जो आप बता रहे हो ना, बहुत बार ये करते हैं. और मुझे लगता है वही चीज़ है कि हम दूसरों को क्या ब्लेम करें,
हम खुद ही पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मारते हैं. Yes, we dig our own holes.
Wow, that's a beautiful message कि आप खुद से जो बात करते हो अच्छे, that positive manifestation.
Absolutely.
That is,
and
wow.
compassion. Please, let's be compassionate with ourselves.
Wow.
See, so I'm giving all of this advice, but there is a boundary, there is a balance, right?
Right.
Being compassionate to yourself is not
हाँ, ये भी ना हो.
हाँ,
नहीं मैं सही हूँ.
हाँ, yeah. So one is, don't have a fixed mindset कि हाँ जो मैं हूँ मैं great हूँ.
ठीक है.
Second is also देखा नहीं करना. हाँ मैंने ये कर लिया तो क्या हुआ? I'm compassionate to myself.
ये गलत है.
हाँ मैंने ये होमवर्क नहीं किया तो क्या हुआ? I'm good to myself. वो गलत है.
वो डिफरेंस करना बहुत जरूरी है.
हाँ. तो self compassion is यार मुझसे गलती हो गई ना. कोई बात नहीं.
Yes.
What can I do next?
Correct.
I mean इससे मैं क्या सीख सकती हूँ? क्या कर सकती हूँ? चल कोई बात नहीं, राइट? ये नहीं कि गलती हो गई धाड़. You know कि
self-hurt or whatever, destruction, self-destruction, don't do it.
Correct.
Be a little empathy to yourself as well.
Correct.
बहुत जरूरी है.
Correct.
Wow.
Right? But also be disciplined. कि चलो एक बार they say right, you know, bite me once, fine. Bite me twice, okay. But if you're biting me thrice and I'm allowing it, then I am foolish.
Then I'm foolish. So
Okay?
true. So true.
So don't be foolish to yourself. गलती कर रहे हो. So remember I told you when you said what did describe yourself?
Yeah.
I said sincerity and discipline.
Discipline.
That's what it is, right? कि थोड़ी sincerity, right? अपनी जिंदगी में जो भी करो, sincerity is important. अगर आप sincerity से नहीं करोगे, आप अपने आप को बेवकूफ बना रहे हो. See, we think हम एक दूसरे को बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं. हम ये रियलाइज नहीं करते हम अपने आप को बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं.
And I think very beautifully being a cheerleader of your own life, I think आपसे बड़ा cheerleader कोई नहीं हो सकता
यार.
और which I was also telling, it's so important आज के टाइम में ना बात करना, express करना. And I hope through this podcast guys, आज हमने दिल खोल के जो बातें की है, आप भी express करो. I think express करना बहुत जरूरी है.
Oh, absolutely.
Just being within yourself, or if you're not vocal about it, just write it down.
Correct.
And please get in touch. I'm going to put Harleen's IG handle and her contacts.
Sure.
अगर कुछ भी दिल की बातें हैं जो शायद हम अपने peer group के साथ ना कर सके, we have such brilliant, psychotherapists, we have psychologists, we have mental mentors, I can call, which you can definitely reach out and just speak your heart out. Like I did.
Thank you so much. And I think that's important what you just said. Ki, don't keep things to yourself. My last line, if I could, before saying that, please don't hesitate, right? Timely help makes all the difference, right? So if you are disturbed, if you are stuck in life, hiccup का मतलब क्या है? It's a hiccup. It has to go. अगर वो ही hiccup हमारी जिंदगी बन गई, तो फिर
तो क्या मजा है?
तो क्या मजा यार.
So true.
Yeah, right. And on time. ये नहीं कि यार नहीं मैं बाद में देख लूंगा, नहीं मैं बाद में देख लूंगी. नहीं, you have a problem, please जाओ देखो, या क्या पता जिंदगी बदल जाए.
So true. और क्या पता आपके चेहरे पे एक्स्ट्रा स्माइल आ जाए, जैसे हमारे चेहरे पे स्माइल है.
I know.
But at the end of the day, it's so much that's going on in people's life that you just need one theraum and just calm down. And हर सवाल का जवाब है.
हर सवाल का जवाब है. And that अनुपम खेर का शो भी ना, लाइफ में कुछ भी हो सकता है यार.
So true.
Yeah, actually कुछ भी हो सकता है.
Well, this show, podcast on air, the first show with Harleen, I think it is fantastic. Guys, you should also, this is up on our YouTube channel, so do send in your comments.
Absolutely.
And do hear on radio as well, on Fever FM, जो बिल्कुल happening है. Thank you so much, चकदे फट्टे and burra once again.
Yeah, burra indeed. Thank you so much. Bye now. Thanks, Niki. Bye-bye.